Welcome inside Coca-Cola Coliseum, the 30th and final regular season game of the season for the Toronto Sceptres and the Ottawa Charge. Puck drop and away we go. Ashton Bell goes back for it. She's been clutch recently for the Charge. That late goal now down low. The Sceptres in control. Up high, Renata Fast. Having a career high season for herself. Far side for Harmon, an early shot off the backboards. Anna McMahon trying to drive wide, stood up by Harmon. Jocelyn Larocque, the former Sceptre herself, in on the zone, and wouldn't she love a ticket to the postseason with her new team, the Ottawa Charge. Fast, pressured by Venisheva. Up high, looking on the far side is D'Arcangelo, who's really found the score sheet as of late for Ottawa. 2-2 battle in behind Campbell. Harmon looking for it. Venisheva is causing some havoc as Hannah Miller comes in for help. On the backhand, shot here by D'Arcangelo, just high. Zoe Boyd now in the zone for Ottawa. 3-on-2 on the far end. Harmon will pull it back to center. Ottawa coming off that 3-0 loss to Minnesota. They could have punched their ticket to the postseason in that game, but Becky, they just couldn't get it done.
Well, no, and this is the last opportunity, and you really don't want to rely on Minnesota having to lose today. They've had Boston's number all season, so it's not something you can count on.
Larry Turnbull, the Sceptres captain, has some speed. She'll look to the agency. Rose wide. Turnbull will hold. Caught off by Rose. Playing some of her best hockey against Toronto this season. Including a game-winning goal. The 2 wins for Ottawa against Toronto. Meixner to center. Katarina Mrazová looking to feed it back for Meixner. She's caught up at center. Toronto holding the blue line as they feed it back to the middle of the ice.
Meixner with a nice little toe drag to get that puck out of the zone initially, but you'd like to see Ottawa get that puck deep when they get to the blue line. You recognize you don't really have anything off the rush. Get it in behind the other team's D.
You think of some of those challenges against the Minnesota end trying to break out. Will look to be a focal point for them here with their season on the line. Shellman in on the far side now for Toronto. Pinned up by Rose. 2 defenders. Natalie Spooner in there for help. Coming out the shootout winner for Toronto. And their 2-1 win against New York. A few goals for her in the shootout.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And you know you can go back to the same shooter when you go to a shootout opportunity that Natalie Spooner could come in that game, put a couple in the net for her team.
Back to the point. Pass jumps in. Tries for the shot on the half boards. Toya Bach squeezes her out. The former Sceptre herself. Vasco. Outnumbered. Has support now. Karolova up for Rebecca Leslie to center. Connects with Bach. Hannah Miller at center for Toronto. Cuts back. Vasco sends it in deep. So Toronto's won 3 of the 5 meetings this season against Ottawa. That's 3 straight. Last one went to overtime. A thrilling finish in Edmonton.
And I thought Ottawa had a really solid game in Edmonton as well. They didn't pick up the 2 points or the 3 points, but I thought they played really well. There's some areas in their season that I thought they built off of because they have been good as of late. The first half of their season, not great.
It's Daryl Watts, the overtime hero. Savalainen holds it from the blue line. Her high shot deep with the glove of Kristen Campbell. They're trending in the right direction towards the end of the season. Shot just wide. Their loss against Minnesota snapped Ottawa's 3-game winning streak. Hughes. They've only ever won 4 in a row once before, and that was last season. Savalainen lets it go for the blue line. Blair Turnbull cuts it at the center. And she'll start the charge. Turnbull has support. Izzy Daniel down low. 7 points for her this season as Daniel goes for a change. Zoe Boyd looking for Hughes. 9 points for Gabby Hughes in her last 10 games.
Those veterans need to be good.
12-1 record when Brianne Jenner scores for the Ottawa Charge. D'Arcangelo to Jenner. Ottawa on the attack. Jenner chips it around. She'll go after it. Diane D'Arcangelo moving up for Jenner. D'Arcangelo, Venisheva, Jocelyn Larocque. Welcomed additions to this Charge roster. Changes made by Mark Hirschfeld. Mike Hirschfeld in some of those necessary trades during the season, but no bigger than that blockbuster trade that sent Jocelyn Larocque to Ottawa.
Well, they've made some really, really good trades over the last 2 years. Ones that have played out for them, panned out. Venetia, of course, I think the biggest one.
Yeah. As Larocque pinches in, she'll get a hold of it. Disrupts momentum against Malte. Carter feeds it up for Natalie Spooner. She'll feed it to the far side. Ashton Bell first on it. Malte not far behind. Ottawa on the attack, led by Mrazova. Pushed off by Gosling. So at center of this game, Becky.
Yeah, a place that she played when she played her college hockey with St. Lawrence, and I haven't seen her there very often this year.
Mrazova trying to feed Serdachny in front. Woods there for help. Back to the blue line. The rock shot, save made by Campbell. Ottawa with some chances here in the offensive zone.
Well, the D have been active so far for Ottawa. We've seen a number of point shots, and we've seen them on the forecheck as well. Jocelyn Larocque was F1 on her last shift.
A chance the other way, far side. Connors takes a look. She'll let it go, and Phillips will make the save. Face off to the left of Phillips. Vasco will take the draw for Ottawa against Jessie Compher. She's almost tripled her point total this season in comparison to last year, Jessie Compher. 2 points right now. She had just a total of 5 last year.
You got to think it's an adjustment period for some of these players in the league, and she's certainly made the adjustment. She's been good this year.
Savalainen looking for Boyd. DVD pass, Flanagan, her long shot. Phillips sees it through, and it'll be a glove save for Gwyneth Phillips.
Well, this is one of these situations where Ottawa makes the D-to-D pass. It's not on the tape, similar to what was happening against Minnesota. And now you're giving up offensive opportunities. That pass is just off the tape. Now you've got a turnover situation. Toronto goes to work. Toronto can be very good when they're off the cycle and off in zone play. They go to the net hard. So those are the ones you want to just clean those up, those unforced errors.
Toronto has the best home record so far this season, 7-2, 2-3. But meanwhile, Ottawa's tied for best road record, 7-1-6. A lot of regulation wins for both these teams in their home and in away barns.
Toronto struggles to score 5-on-5. They have most of the season, so if you can stay out of the penalty box, you can find some level of success against them.
Renata Fast for Toronto. Far side pass to Skimura. Former charge forward, takes a look in front. Turnbull on the backhand. No one's home, but Carmen picks it up at center. Her shot just high. Fast trying to send it on it. Wrap-around chance, and right back to the corner by Emily Clark.
Renata Fast getting in on the action as well. She's not afraid to jump in, but she started this with a beauty cross-ice pass to get out of their zone.
Turnbull deep in the zone for Toronto. Takes a look for Fast. She'll walk the line. On net it will go. Sceptres send 3 for a change. Press lanes as Natalie Spooner fights for control down low. Pinned up by Taylor-Lova. Rose running out of time. Malte picks up the puck. Shelmian along the blue line. Her shot deflected off of Nurse's stick. Malte on the turnover. Looks to capitalize. It's Sarah Nurse. Her shot here off the bar. Nurse, some great numbers against Ottawa this season. A goal and 4 assists in her series against the Charge.
Well, there's a nice dump out. That one just trickled down the ice. Didn't quite go far enough for an icing. Relieved some of the pressure for Ottawa.
Rock tied up. Venetia there for supports. Malte gets pinned. D'Arcangelo steals it away. Ashton Bell chased by Gosling. Great stick by Malte as Venetia tries to finish the drive. Loose puck. Larocque in on it. Allie Flanagan. Early pass to the far side, Allie Monroe. Cheyenne D'Arcangelo now for Ottawa. Eager to get out of their own end. Venetia was pressured. Gets time for Connors. Another angle for Connors here in the first period. Gets deflected into the corner.
Flanagan with good step up at the blue line, and she read that play well.
There's the Venetia all alone here. Tries with a shot into the glove of Campbell. Ottawa getting stuck in their own end here in the first period as the Sceptres some countless chances. How about this one off the bar for Sarah Nurse? Looking for her 6th of the season. Has a winning mentality. You think of all leagues she's played in, even on the national stage. Can come up big when her team needs her most. Can she do it here in the final regular season game? Mrazova tied up with Miller. Savalainen will pinch down low. Fast West on the far side. Takes a look. Charge pressure her. We'll flip back to center from Razova.
Daryl Watts with a really good little bit of interference. Flanagan tried to pinch. She just kind of stepped in her way. Very smart play.
Razova, in her limited games this season against Toronto, has done quite well. Goal, 3 assists. See Haley Irwin, assistant coach there, speaking with the bench. Former Bulldog herself. Quite a few alumni here on this Ottawa Charge roster. Like Gabby Hughes, who heads in on this back check for Ottawa. Teralova. Trying to win this battle, has support from Hughes. Izzy Daniel pressing her. Teralova will try another angle, looking for Emily Clark from the near side. Trying to use the glass to chip this out, but Flanagan fires it right back down. Spooner at the far side, pinned up by Jinsey Rose. Spooner to center, Flanagan pinches down, but Clark steals it back. The scrambles, Flanagan gets another chance at it.
Callie Flanagan active on this shift with a good pinch. Keeps the puck in at the blue line, jumps in to try to get some shots off.
Clark can't chip it all the way down. Shelby can go D to D. Without a stick, Monte gets a hold of it and joins in on play as Clark sends it back for her defenders. Dawson LaRock now up ice for Ottawa. A must-win game for the Charge to keep their playoff hopes alive. They need a win. Keep our eyes on Minnesota as well. A loss of any kind from the Frost would also help them out. Off the air skates. Can't get the shot off. Leslie stays net front as Nurse picks up the puck.
There's a nice breakout pass, just a look to the middle, and Sarah Nurse to hit Emma Malte clean out of the zone.
Malte on the rush, sends it around. Spooner ends net front, just fast, tries to outwork the pressure. Keeps it in. Renata Fast, a great move for her.
Oh, what a player, eh? She tries to jump to the middle of the ice. Looks like she's going to lose the puck and still wins that battle.
I have to think certainly a front runner for D of the year, but also you could go that next stage, MVP candidate as well.
She's got to be in the conversation. Certainly D of the year. I don't think there's any question about it.
Aaron Ambrose of the Montreal Victoire that earned that award last year.
Absolutely, I think that's a great pick. You know the room better than anyone when you're the coach, the players, and so as a fan, you don't always necessarily know what's said or how they practice. He said she's just a pro, and she gives the same work ethic at practice that she would in Game 5 of the Walter Cup.
Allie Monroe, the pride and joy of Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, often holds a camp back home in the summer times.
Got a little Nova Scotia connection there between Blair Turnbull and Troy Ryan.
If my memory serves me correctly, I believe Troy Ryan's first ever team he coached in women's hockey. Team Nova Scotia 2015, I want to say, and I believe Allie Monroe was on that team. And that was one of the first teams he ever coached in the women's league. And it was a short stint. He came in last minute, but found a way to make a lasting impact. CJ was also part of that roster as well. So time flies, and now both those athletes are on his professional roster.
Always impressive as a coach when you've known players for that long and you can see the level of development.
Comfort tries to swat this away. Mrazova in the zone for Ottawa. She'll go D to D. Rose cuts back. And a homecoming herself with the St. Louis takeover tour game this season. Or trying to stay onside, and she will. Kristen Campbell now 11 saves away from reaching 1,000. Should be the fourth goaltender to do so. Charge put up 2 shots on net so far in this game.
A low shooting affair when the shots are 3-2 right now. 7 minutes left in the first.
And with so much on the line.
Not surprising when there's a lot on the line, though. You get a lot of perimeter play. Both teams really playing good defense, keeping everything outside.
Turnbull for Kamara on the far side. Ashton Bell gets there first. Kamara now in control. Cuts to the backhand into the skates of Bell. This time for Amanda McMahon to pick up the puck.
That Toronto line with Turnbull and Skamora, you know that they're going to try to play a hard, heavy game, straight ahead speed. And Turnbull's had a couple of good rushes, just driving the puck into the zone. Savalainen
sends it into the zone. Vasco first on it. Puck checked away by Harmon. She sent along the boards. Nurse there for help. Harmon for Malte. Toronto side, takes it in on the zone, trying to feed it back for Malte. A great look. Just can't connect.
Well, Emma Malte, you watch her move her feet into the blue paint, so she got past her defender. And Zoe Boyd, her line mates were able to get that puck on net, and that's her game. Use your speed, drive energy into the game, and get to the net.
Big on the special teams as well, penalty kill in particular. I'd love to see her get some power play time.
Yeah,
I put well. She's got good vision.
I think I'd put her net front.
Hard to push off the puck, certainly as well.
On a pit bull, right? She's going to recover pucks down low.
Laura takes a hit from Woods. Gosling looking for an open body. Laura Kluge up to Flanagan. Her shot low as Phillips makes the save. Darkangelo steers it to the corner. Loose puck has help from Victoria Bosch on the backhand.
You're starting to see Laura Kluge get some shifts with this fourth line. She's the 13th forward this game.
2 assists this season. Kluge activated later on in the season. Key figure of the German national team.
A huge amount of ice time at World Championships for her.
He's up the puck at center. Cuts back, Kluge taking a look, finds some soft ice near side for Flanagan. Comfort cuts to center, has help from Gosling. 5 to go here in the first period. A must-win game for Ottawa. They'll keep their eyes on Minnesota's game later this afternoon as well.
Part of it for Ottawa right now is they got shut out last game, so finding that offensive gear again that has been so much better since that stretch from February, that international break, putting up about 3 goals a game on average, where they were about 1.8 prior to that. So the offense has been good. They got to get it going again.
Can Katarina Mrazova break through? Delayed penalty on the way. Phillips has gone to the bench for Ottawa. To the power play shortly as Meixner lets it go into the netting. The Ottawa Charge will head to the power play. Holding will be the call. Meixner in the zone, draws the penalty. Charge to the power play when we return.
And Ottawa's power play has struggled this season, sitting 5th in the league. Right now, it's 15.3%.
Yeah, took chances last game against Minnesota. Can they find one here? Izzy Daniel trying to get on this puck early. Without a fast on the kill.
And Daniel got off the ice right away, so Toronto able to make that line change, which is huge right off the drop of the puck to get the puck down the ice, get those forwards off, and get the players on that you want.
This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. Paper towel, power through tough messes. Great drive for Ottawa, but can't stay in the zone.
Skamora with a nice defensive play. It looked like Jenner was going to be in, and Mrazova made that little punch pass to her in the middle of the ice, and there's a player that can turn around this power play. Katarina Mrazova, the movement she has, if they can get set up in the zone, she's dangerous.
And has great deception as well, right? When you think you know what she's about to do, she'll make another decision. Mrazova into the corner. Monroe has some time with it. She'll fire it down as there's a collision here just on the near side. Malte and Hughes involved. Ottawa will reset on this face-off. Hughes has been their more consistent player in the dot this season. Serdachny will step in.
And of course, up against Nurse in the face-off circle, and Nurse has been very good for Toronto as well.
Board battle underway. Ottawa under 50 seconds left on this power play. Puck breaks free. Savalainen's going to hold the blue line, gain control of this puck for Ottawa. Drops it off for Serdachny. Gets to Savalainen just in time. Meixner down low. On the half boards, Meixner. And Hughes off the inner skate of fast. Another chance here as Clark looks for it. And Nurse will make the clear.
Hughes looked to make that pass the first time. The second time, it looked like maybe she was forcing it out front, and Toronto's able to get that puck right back down the ice.
Serdachny with some speed. Caught up by Miller. Now to center, Comfort. Short-handed. Jessie Comfort comes in. Her shot just wide. Steered to the corner by Vanishima. Final seconds of this Ottawa power play. Carter out of the box. She'll go. Ottawa not able to land a shot on net on that power play as we're back to 5-on-5.
Well, not a lot of time set up. And Toronto did a pretty effective job at getting pucks back down the ice, engaging in battles along the wall, and then getting pucks down
Ottawa's really been trending in the right direction as of late since February. Second best team to Toronto's record. Have been averaging about 3 goals a game. Looking for one here this afternoon.
So they've got the tiebreaker over Minnesota and Boston, should they be in a situation where they're tied for points. So that is huge as they look to just have to secure a win here. Just even the 2 points and an overtime win would solidify that spot in the playoffs because of the tiebreaker.
Find themselves in the exact same position as last year. They came to Toronto. It was a must-win game. It was tied 2-2 going into the third period. Fortunately, Toronto 3 unanswered goals and crushed Ottawa's dreams of punching a ticket to the postseason. Carter looking for fast down low. Scamara takes a look. She has some more time. She'll take it with great patience. Scamara snaps it to Carter, now to center. Chipped in by Miller. She'll go after it, but Savalainen meets her there. Under a minute and a half to go in the first period. Still awaiting our opening goal in Toronto. Ottawa makes it clear. Gabby Hughes has a break at the far side for Ottawa. Hughes coming in through the legs and a great poke check by Flanagan. Allie Flanagan having herself a strong first period.
Well, she's been noticeable, hasn't she? She's moved so well, but she played that one-on-one.
Savalainen steps in and takes the shot, but it's blocked in front by Monroe. Clark will try again. Another block off in front by the Sceptres players. Pass, that's been an element of her game that's been good. Tied for third most blocked shots this season, a department that the Montreal Victoire have done really well at this season. Keppel in particular, top of that leader chart.
Well, it becomes a big difference, right? You're looking at a period right now where the shots are 4-3. Toronto steps in front of a few of those pucks. Keep the shot tally down on your goaltender, eliminate a lot of really solid scoring chances.
Final seconds of the first period. Serdachny pulls it to the backhand as Maltese right there. Dog and a bone taken out by Serdachny. Toronto's going to go to the power play. Serdachny will serve a penalty to close out this first period. Interference is going to be the call. Final seconds of this period. Toronto goes for a shot, but it won't be enough. 10 minutes, 19 seconds and counting for an out of fast as Toronto opens the second period on the power play. Serdachny in the box for an interference call on Emma Maltais. Used in the face-off dot for Ottawa as Coffer tries to corral this puck. Clark gets there first. Kenzie Lomithil alongside Becky Kell. Rob Pizzo ringside this afternoon to wrap up the regular season in a big day across the PWHL. All 6 teams in action today.
That's a great play from Emily Clark just to deny entry on Watts. Ottawa gets that line change in as well, and that's tough on the second period with this no escape rule. We're going to get those players out.
Watts brings it in for Toronto. We're going to start this power play. She'll cut back to the blue line. Fast takes a look here. She'll delay a high shot. Up, down low. This power play brought to you by Roy on Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Gosling stepping in. You have to think she'll be net front here for the Sceptres. Comfort. Pinned up by Laurent. Leslie trying to get a hold of this loose puck.
Now look at the heavy pressure that Ottawa throws on their penalty kill. So when they can corral you into a location that's favorable to them, they pounce, and they like to throw a heavy forecheck or a heavy pressure in their D zone.
So you got Fast coming into the second period, having already played 10 minutes, 19 seconds. On the other end for Ottawa, Laurent, 7 minutes, 31 leading defenders. Of course, the 2 long-time D partners. That's been a conversation for Laurent coming in with the charge. Her minutes being more managed under head coach Carla McLeod. As Carter tries for the shot, Phillips gets her toe out just in time. Spooner on the loose puck, looking for Maltais near side. Under 30 seconds to go on the Sceptres power play. Carter from the blue line, tipped up by Boyd. Flanagan jumps down on it. Coming off a strong first period for her. Nurse on the loose puck. Hughes gloves it down and gets it clear.
Well, you can see what they're looking for in this unit. Toronto, Natalie Spooner just parks herself net front. And she's a force in front of the net. She's got a stick on that last shot as well. She just tipped it up and over the net.
Now comes Serdachny. We're back to 5-on-5. Toronto landing 1 shot on that power play. Venisheva chasing Maltais. She gets pushed off by D'Arcangelo, so Teresa Venisheva looks up ice. Trying to bang pass to Jenner. As Brianne Jenner cut to the center of the ice. Off the face-off. Loose puck in the corner. Rose goes after it. Ottawa. They just shot the 7.5 minutes in that first period. Skimmer up. Trying to find the loose puck here. Terlova there to help out. Brianne Jenner. Far side pass. Venisheva will skate into it. Venisheva, D'Arcangelo, and Jenner, the second line here for head coach Carla McLeod.
Well, I think Venisheva thought she had that race one as she threw her hands up to the officials, but this one's going to come back down the ice, and that's one of the threats you have on that side. Venisheva with a ton of straight-ahead speed, and she's trying to battle and win that race. She doesn't get the call, and Shelben gets her down the ice, so this one will come back down. But I like that thought process as well. If you can spring someone on that quick break.
Jenner, a break here for Ottawa. The captain, her shot just high. High and far for Ottawa. Great look for them off the rush. Team whose strength really does come off the rush all season long. Pass the other way. Deep in the zone, pinned up by our former D partner and Jocelyn Larocque. Team with a few extra shoves here in the corner.
You gotta love that. A lot of familiarity between those two players.
Both eager for a win here this afternoon. Jenner will fire it in. Campbell comes out to settle the puck. Pass. In for Connors. She'll look to pin this puck up against the board. As Gosling comes away with it, she's got room through center. Gosling cuts to the outside, shot off the stick of Bell and into the netting. A long season for these players, and now it's crunch time, and you got to dig deep and find a way.
Well, and it's the mental toughness I think that you need at this point of the season.
Hannah McMahon on the stretch. Her shot lands on Campbell. Amazons win at home against New York March 19th. McMahon, another chance. They've made the pucks loose. Zoe Boyd steps in for it, but it'll hit and go out of play. McMahon had some family in attendance for their final home game of the season earlier in the week. Serdachny tried for the shot.
And Carter with a nice block there.
Turnbull will cut out wide. Taking it in deep for Toronto. Spins back. Looks for support, has Carter. D-to-D pass or not. A fast load, a low shot off the shin pads. Gives time for Serdachny to go back the other way.
Well, Turnbull just drives everyone in deep and opens up that point.
It's been 21 games since Serdachny has found the back of the net. Did she find a way to strike here in this game? Ottawa's first round pick in last year's draft.
Well, certainly not uncommon for players to come into this league new and not be able to put up near the number of points that they put up, certainly in the NCAA.
Ashton Bell, long shot from the blue line. Jenner, it'll be high stick, quick whistle. Spooner trying to get through the legs of Larocque. Offside the call, 15:01 to go here in the second.
You know you want to play your best. If you get beat out playing your best, it's something that you'll take.
I love that messaging from head coach Carla McLeod. You've earned the opportunity to have this pressure. Venisheva, who does great under pressure, tries to cut wide. And by Sheldon, sweet captain. Keeping her eyes on Jenner as Ashton Bell pulls it in through the legs, but gets the puck loose on the play. Brianne Jenner, a look for Ottawa. In front, shot just wide. Ottawa with some chances. No better than Katarina Mrazova on the far side.
Well, no one better to get that puck to as well. She usually is able to corral those. That one just does not come off her stick exactly the way she wanted. And Jenner with beauty feed to see her coming in.
Back to the drawing board for Ottawa. Finding a few more chances in the second period. Go after the first period. The difference in time between their first shot on net and second, 13 minutes and 36 seconds. So looking to find some more consistent scoring chances in the second. Meixner trying for a centering pass. Toronto clogging up center ice. Chip and chase. Connors gets it up by Boyd. He tries to fire it back down. Rania Savalainen chasing back. Mrazova gets there first. Now Emma Woods for Toronto. Looks for the blue line pass as Monroe fires it back down.
Well, definitely starting to see a little bit more of the speed game. Ottawa's speed game as well. A lot of that comes down to puck movement. You chip one out just like this, you come onto it with some speed.
Finding the open ice, Savalainen shot redirected out of play. 13-14 remain. Ottawa a few more chances in the second period. A must-win game if they want to punch their ticket to the postseason. Lower Town, such a great establishment. So hello to Charge fans back in the nation's capital.
Rob, I thought you were going to say they're going to become very, very nervous. This tends to be the case when you're a fan and things are a little out of your control.
A lot on the line for Ottawa. Couldn't get it done last year. Big game for them. They'll keep their eyes on Minnesota. Loss of any kind as well would help them out. Harman on the blue line for Toronto. But not a fast shot high. It's Gwyneth Phillips' first start against Toronto this season. Manna McMahon battling hard against Harman. Hughes there to pick up the loose puck. It's taken down. Tries to get it on net. Back the other way. Watts on the far side has Daniel with her. Daryl Watts cuts in with great patience. She wants a better angle, but can't get by Phillips.
Well, how about that? And there's Daryl Watts, and that's signature Daryl Watts. She's going to come in on her offside and delay her skating to find the middle of the ice. So Teralova's got to turn her toe cap, so she comes in with some speed, but that gives her that cutback. But the patience that she has to wait and to find that shot lane, that's what's made her so good this season. You don't see her too often put a puck into a defender's shin pads. She's got the patience to wait it out and find that shot lane.
Watts with great vision. Last time these two teams saw each other close out this season, she scored a goal, but it was for the Ottawa Charge, her former team. Bach also scored a goal in that game when she was a Sceptre.
So you know why Carla McLeod said different teams this year, different teams.
Much different story this time around when you look down the bench. Jerseys as well. Look at that flashback footage. Took us back to those inaugural jerseys.
I like them, but I like the new ones better.
Yeah, we'll see what's in store for Vancouver and Seattle. Rock down low for Ottawa. Mishra tries to feed that pass to center. Gives some time for Izzy Daniel to pick up the puck for Toronto.
Well, Jenner taking off on the weak side as well, so really starting to clear some space through the neutral zone.
Sierra leads off as Ottawa gains control. Bell cycles back. Unity pass. LaRock wants another angle. Nurse is going to pressure here, tries for a shot. A chance. Spooner this time off the skate of Malte.
This tends to be what happens when they turn the puck back. So the Ottawa defenders have turned that puck back twice. You give that Toronto forecheck an opportunity, and then next thing you know, you're giving up a good scoring chance.
Jenner sends it in. A long shift for Ottawa. They'll go for a change. Flanagan looking up ice. Turnover. Bach on the backhand for Ottawa. Campbell makes the save. Right in tight. Campbell holding onto that post. Sneaky play by Bach.
Well, Vasco with a great shift as she goes in and creates that turnover and then follows through with a hit in front of the net. Icing the call.
Leader in the room. We've heard coaches say for years you can pair up anyone with her. If there's an athlete looking to find their game again, put them with Steckline and they'll get back to their winning ways. And look at her now, starting to find that offensive touch.
I'll tell you what, she's hard to play against, and if you're a defender, that might be the biggest compliment you can get. Hard to play against.
Savalainen moving it ahead. Boyd chips it in. Free for Bach. Fast lays the body. Campbell will make the save. Mike's such a great story. Played long time back home in Austria. European Women's League. When she was playing for St. Polten, she was working nights at the casino, trying to earn some extra money. Practice in the day, played games on the weekends, and did the overnights at the casino. And
the Charge that they're going to play a tough defensive game when the stakes are this high. You'd think maybe the Sceptres are going to be playing pretty free, pretty relaxed.
Leslie in over the line. The Ottawa native sends it on net. Just time. Razova will pick it up in the corner. To the blue line. Taylor steps down. Rose tries for the shot. Tipped in front by Meixner, but steered away by Sheldon. Comfer gets a hold of it to center. Razova picks it up for Ottawa. She'll look to keep these athletes on side. Leslie walks the line. Rebecca Leslie spins back. Takes a look here for Ashton Bell. They'll go for a skate for Ottawa. Trying to start this cycle. Clark now in the zone. Fresh legs. That gives some time. McMahon on net, trying for a tip with Gabby Hughes. Hughes to the blue line, low rock. Long shot here, looking for a play in front. Clark alone. She'll pick it up below the goal line. Now up to the blue line. Rock fakes the shot. She'll keep walking. Another angle, and it's tipped. Clark's looking for it. A bouncing puck through center ice, and Toronto will make the clear, and Watts will fire it in.
Some really good pressure. Ottawa just buzzing right now. You can see the net front presence, too. You had to love Gabby Hughes on that last shift.
Izzy Daniel trying to protect this puck. Finds Flanagan along the blue line. Holly Monroe blocked in front by McMahon. Under 9 to go here in the second period. Flanagan's going to go for a skate, having one of her best games. Looks for Turnbull at the far side. She'll feed it around. Smura rolls off, engages in the battle. Toronto sends two, fresh legs. Carter comes out, and Spooner for the Sceptres. Venisheva trying to chimp this puck out. Toronto keeps it in. Turnbull to the corner for Spooner. Natalie Spooner tries to wrap it around. Nurse looking to corral this puck. Kept in the zone. It's fast. She'll jump down to Nurse to the backhand. Now forehand. She scores! What a beauty by Sarah Nurse!
Well, there's a highly skilled goal, Sarah Nurse. It's Renata Bass that makes this initial pass, and a nice deceptive play as it looked like maybe she was going to step in and take the shot. And she walks in. It's the puck walks in, and then looks like maybe she's going to shoot this puck, makes the feed down low. Nurse recognizes that she's got that lane as she pivots backwards to forwards. But what I like this is you draw those defenders to you. Come out and get in shot lane to block it, and Sarah Nurse just a beauty as she's able to beat Phillips on the glove side.
Sarah Nurse makes it look so easier. Opens the scoring here in Toronto, her 6th of the season. Second against Ottawa this season.
Well, and that's a huge goal, right? And for Ottawa now, it becomes about managing expectations and emotions. You don't want to get too nervous. You're still good. You've still been playing well. They've had a flurry of activity and offensive opportunities themselves, but sometimes those goals can give you those butterflies in the stomach.
Nurse finds the score sheet, and just like that, the home team's in the lead. 1-0. Toronto leads. Sarah Nurse dancing in the offensive zone, securing her 6th goal of the season, second against Ottawa, and just like that, Toronto is in the lead. Their final regular season game. D'Angelo to Jenner. Files it in with the far side. Campbell swaps it into the zone. Venisheva going hard against Gosling. Both fall now. D'Angelo looking for a pass to center.
Venisheva's been flying this shift.
Finding a way. Ottawa will look to dig deep as Carter tries to pin D'Angelo. Zoe Boyd, far pass to Savalainen. She scored big goals in her career. A chance for Jenner. She scores! A tie game!
Well, what a response from the Ottawa Charge. And this is a team that has found this season. Last season, they weren't able to do this. They got down in games that didn't necessarily have the same level of comeback. It's a good zone. They have good zone pressure. Megan Carter's doing a fantastic job out front to make sure she takes away D'Angelo. But that allows Jenner to sneak in behind undetected. No one sees her. She's backdoor. And she gets this one upstairs in a hurry, just under the crossbar.
The captain takes it into her own hands. Brianne Jenner. A huge goal for Ottawa. A huge goal for her. Her 7th of the season. And we're all tied up at 1.
Well, now we'll go back to this team tends to win when Brianne Jenner scores. We'll see if they can do that here today.
12 wins, just a 1 loss when Jenner scores for the Charge in her career. And she is finding her game at the right time. Rose comes in. In both of Ottawa's wins against Toronto this season, Rose has found the score sheet. Sheldon, without her stick, tries to pass this off for Comfort. Rose will chip it in, trying to keep this puck in Toronto's end. I think it took 10 games for Brianne Jeter to score her first goal of the season. Now she's got 5 goals, 3 assists in her last 11 games. And Toronto's winning record, rather Ottawa's winning record has been great later half of this season.
Well, it was a slow start for her for sure, but you look back at this goal, and is there something that stood out earlier in the shift? Teresa Vanisheva got in, and she was like a bull in a china shop, creating separation, getting in on the forecheck. Sometimes these things piggyback off of those situations. She does some good work early in the shift. They get the zone time and the pressure and the presence, and Brianne Jenner with just a beauty goal.
Vanisheva with the assist as well, of course, her 7th of the season, and Dark Angelo to round out her scoring sheet, her 9th assist of the season.
Oh, what a season she's had. 1 point last year.
Remarkable. You think of that trade involved is for Ottawa, and the leadership, of course, what she did with the Toronto Six, but the point production.
And from 1 point to 17, that's a big difference.
Remarkable for Cheyenne Dark Angelo here. The sophomore season in the PWHL. Dawson Larocque for Ottawa. Takes a look, feeds it to center. Another chance, she'll go near side for Mrazova. Ottawa goes for the change. Mrazova recognizes, and quick pass up for Larocque, who starts the drive.
Nobody driving the net. She threw that puck out with her backhand. That could have been dangerous had she had somebody going to the net front hard.
Good look for Jocelyn Larocque. She'll drop low as Bach sends it the other way. Serdachny first on it for Ottawa. Danielle Serdachny pass out in front. Boyd steps into it, and it's a blocker save by Campbell. Boyd has had some looks here in this game as well for her first. Serdachny to Boyd. Can she shoot it here? It gets blocked, and Scavero will make the clear.
Well, Natalie Spooner coming down hard on that forecheck.
Boxed. Has help Serdachny. A chance here for Ottawa. Victoria Bach to Serdachny. A disconnect as they approach Campbell. Another look. Serdachny tries to feed it out in front. Hirolova keeps this play going. Deep in the zone. Ottawa with some momentum now off a huge goal from their captain, Brianne Jenner, to make this a tie game. Ottawa needs a win of any kind here, or Minnesota loss of any kind as Dark Angelo fires it across the crease.
Malte with a great job on that back door to take Vanisheva's stick.
Jenner back out on the ice for Ottawa. Feathers it to the blue line for Rose. Vanisheva takes a look, far side pass. Hughes scans in front. A toe save by Campbell. Ottawa have some numbers. They're going to make Campbell's life difficult. Under 4 to go here in the second period. Trying to open this period on the power play. Couldn't find a way. Sarah Nurse scored a beautiful goal partway through this period. And now Jenner moments ago to tie this up at 1. McMahon, a chance here. Her shot off the glass. Hughes now pushed off the puck. McMahon there for help. Ottawa sends 2. How about 3? Clark trying to see if she can dig this home. Puck pops loose. Fast is right there. 16 assists now for Renata Fast, first player to ever reach that assist total.
A few of these shots, I'd love to see them coming in low. And put a few of them up high. Those point shots, you can get those down low. Maybe you get a stick on something.
And now Kristen Campbell, over 1,000 saves made in her PWHL career. Mrazova looking to break through. Fourth goalie to reach that feat.
That was a beauty pass from Clark. Just that little drop pass to Mrazova to give her that shot.
In front, Mrazova tries to play it ahead, but Kristen Campbell will make the save. Shots this period at 12-4 in favor of Ottawa as they press. Mrazova in the zone for Ottawa. Rebecca Leslie takes a look. She really elevated her game last year in the playoffs for Toronto. Scored a nice goal. Went on to lose to Minnesota, went all the way. Look at each of their series. Went the full 5 games to be the Walter Cup champions. as they look to defend the cup this season. Flanagan moving it ahead. LaRock can't get by Kluge. She'll chase after it. Leslie up with Connors. Pass out in front. Razova is right there, so she'll pick it up. Katarina Razova cuts to center. Eichner challenges Sheldon on the far side. Taken down. Razova back to her feet.
Well, Toronto's looking for a little something. They get their fourth line on the ice, and they get a little bit of that. The first time they've had the puck out of their zone in some time.
Comfer picks up the loose puck. Jesse Comfer on the outside. Drops it back. Miller tries to swat it to center. Ashton Bell gets the red line. Sends it in. Carter goes at edge. She gets pinned up by Clark. Gabby Hughes looking for a blue line pass. She'll find it. Savalainen sends it right back down. Hits the official. Gives some time. McMahon challenges. Savalainen jumps down. Great pinch from Ronja Savalainen. Now she's got some time. Passes it off. McMahon pushed off by Harman. About a minute to go in the second period. Ottawa with a great push here. Shots on net, a big department for them in elevating their game here in the second period. Savalainen heads back for the puck. Watts in pursuit on the outside, cuts back. She'll want another angle, and she sends it on net. Phillips got a piece of it. In her 8th straight start here, Gwyneth Phillips, and Matchmeyer's been sidelined.
Savalainen turned that puck over, and just about the last person on Toronto you'd want to turn it over to. Daryl Watts is just so creative from a bad angle. She puts a good shot on net.
Looking for her 13th goal of the season. Venisheva, but also left after her goal total. Rose's shot from the blue line. Puck's loose in front. Teralova will step into it. High and wide. Ottawa, a lot of more shots in this period. A lot also high and missing. Turnbull, final seconds for Toronto. Off the inner skates of Rose as time winds down. Both teams finding the score sheet in the second period. It was Nurse and then Jenner, 53 seconds apart. One more period to go for Ottawa. Clark steals this puck away. Battles hard against Claire Turnbull on the far side. Renata Fast. Talked about how she played 10 minutes in the first period. 9:03 there in the second. Collides with LaRock on the boards.
Well, they've had a couple battles this game, the former D partners.
Clark trying to settle this at center. Miller takes it back. She'll chip it deep in the zone. Anna Miller's done quite well against Ottawa as well this season. When you look at their series point production, she's got 7 through their 5 meetings. 2 goals, 5 assists for Hannah Miller against the Chargers this season.
Well, she's looking to turn things back around too. She's on a bit of goal scoring drought. It's been 9 games.
Boyd goes back for it. She's had a few good looks herself here this game. Shooting a lot more from the blue line. It's stripped up in the corner. Leads to a battle. Savalainen has some room. Looking for Venisheva. Teresa Venisheva outworks the pressure. Tries for the stretch pass. Flanagan reads the play and it'll be offside.
It's an interesting change on this line. Serdachny no longer on this line with Mrazova, so coach making some in-game adjustments to see if she can get something from this line.
Leslie rounding out Mrazova and Meiksna. Ashton Bell. In deep. Anna Meiksna tied up by Monroe. Teralova, far side, looking for Ashton Bell. Watts gets on the loose puck. Former charge forward. Looking for Daniel at center. Into the hands, Teralova. Flanagan, quick pass over. Has some time. Sheldon will take it. It's Vasco skates in the Toronto bench, so it'll be a whistle.
Tenacious on the forecheck, getting in, trying to cause some separation.
Vasco has also scored a late, shorthanded game-winning goal for the Charge this season. Also in a game against Minnesota.
Heads up.
That was a big goal. Sent that game to overtime.
Vasco at center now. Zoe Boyd, a foot race up against Connors. Steals it away. Toronto now deep in Ottawa's territory. Loose puck, Connors takes a look. 2 goals on her season. Looking to make a pass on the far side as the puck trickles into Ottawa's bench. A lot of Sceptres jerseys this afternoon as we look around Coca-Cola Coliseum. A lot of blue in the stands. Their final regular season home game. Clinch their ticket to the playoffs with a chance to finish first overall on the line for them here. Also have to keep our eyes on Montreal as well to make that possible.
Fast did a really nice job to take Clark out of that play on the forecheck.
Emma Woods to Skimura, draws it in, or shot save made by Phillips, who gets a stick up high. Drops down, but back to her feet, one of Phillips. Clark steals the puck away, right back from Razovac. Rather McMahon feeds it in, she'll go for a change. Ottawa gets some fresh legs. 16 shots now for Ottawa in this game to Toronto's 9. All of that coming, their second period momentum swing. They'll just keep it going here in the third. Jenner down low for Ottawa. Turnbull picks up the puck, looks ahead on the near side. Comfer cuts to center. A high, hard, and heavy line here for head coach Troy Ryan going to work. Vanisheva can't get by Flanagan, and the puck heads back in Ottawa's territory. Comfer protects, pushed off by Larocque into the skates of D'Arcangelo. Finds Jenner at the far side, and she chips it in.
This period has a little bit more of the feel of the first, like it's tightened up defensively, a lot of perimeter play.
Boyd will look to send it on net, tipped in front, Campbell with a bad save.
Well, and that's how you get yourself inside when you're struggling to skate the puck in. Nice point shot to traffic in front.
A nice Sioux chant to round out that great save by Toronto's goaltender. Monroe watches on as Boyd looks to center for Meister. And a Meister out wide for Ottawa. Into the glove for Kristen Campbell. Clark on the boards for Ottawa. Looking to cut to center. It's caught up, and Watt steals the puck away. It's Daniel at center, now Nurse. Sarah Nurse pushed off by Hughes, but she still got time. Renata Fast joins in on the rush. Looks to hold on with control. Harmon down low for Fast. Makes some room for herself. Loose puck, Fast will pick it up. 16 assists now in her season play. Chance in front, Malte. A nice swing move.
Looked like that might have been 17 assists, and Malte was point blank.
Spooner from the blue line off the stick of Hughes. Ottawa heading back the other way. Hughes leading the charge. Chips it in. Ottawa goes for a change. Toronto with some time in their own zone. Harmon flips it to center. Rolling puck. Boyd gets there just in time. Toronto has numbers though as Ottawa flips it to the far side. Rebecca Leslie looking to make a head-up play. Remains on this line for Ottawa. Looking for Mrazova at the far end. Katarina Mrazova pushes through traffic on the backhand. It's Leslie, her shot lands. Another chance here. Meister in the corner with it. It's taken down, a 2-on-2 battle. Malte comes out with it and connects at center.
Mrazova with a nice job to get that puck out.
Connors finds Spooner. Natalie Spooner's shot on net. These two teams closed out the regular season last year. It was a 2-goal performance for Natalie Spooner. Was on to win MVP honors that season. We'll see who takes home the award this season. Gosling to center. Woods tried to go for it. Gosling has another chance. This time it's Connors off the skates. Toronto with secondary chances in Ottawa's zone here in the third period. Skimura breaks free, draws it in, and a reach shot off the stick of Phillips.
A couple times Ottawa had that puck and approaching the blue line, so those are the ones that you have to get out. Those turnovers close to the blue line tend to be the ones that bite you as Toronto comes back in to the zone with a couple more shots after that.
Penalty on the way. Interference is going to be the call. Some more look at special teams when we return in a must-win game for the Ottawa Charge to the power play for the road team when we return. A big face-off for Ottawa, a big power play. Their season on the line, and a great advantage here. Taylorova snaps it across. Vanisheva in front, a save made, redirect to the near side. Razovac Razava will pick it up. Power play brought to you by Royal Tire Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Jenner's shot. Loose puck in front. Jenner's looking for it. It's stuck in the skates. And Toronto gets the clear.
Ottawa just can't get a stick on that puck as it sits out front.
Ottawa 0 for 1 on the power play this game. Haven't landed a shot on net. To the blue line. This is it for Ottawa. Can they find a way? Razava, top of the circle, steps down, up high, Netta Terulova. We can lean on her. Years of experience with the Czech national team. Far side pass, Vinisheva, one-time shot, puck's loose in front, but it's all blue. Fast will gain a hold of it for Toronto.
Well, Dark-Angela's just parked herself net front on that. And she does a good job there. She took a penalty last game, so she's got to be careful that she doesn't get too tight to the goaltender.
Out comes Ottawa's second unit. Mike's there, Clark. See Gabby Hughes as well. Terulova on the ice for Ottawa still. Far side pass to Gabby Hughes. Vasco rounding out this power play for Ottawa. Under 45 seconds to go on their second power play of the game. A breakthrough for Clark. In pet, it's Meixner. Her shot just high and wide. Savalainen will go back for it for Ottawa. Time ticking on this power play for the Charge. Anya Savalainen, the Finnish defender, in on the blue line, squeezes out, trying to go all the way, but Harman will pick it up. And it's a great clear for Toronto.
Well, Savalainen's a player that if you can get that puck to her at the point or even down off the flank, she's got a wicked shot. It's a matter of getting that zone time and getting set up.
Under 10 seconds to go on Ottawa's power play. Miller to Turnbull. Toronto shorthanded, brings it in into Ottawa's zone. Out comes Woods, and we're back to 5-on-5. Ottawa landing one shot on that power play. So 0 for 2 in this game. A must-win game for them with the way Minnesota's playing right now.
Well, Minnesota with the 3-goal lead, and you've watched them play too many times to think that they were going to blow that lead. They're a good defensive team, good structure.
And so if Minnesota wins in regulation, Ottawa must win in any way here to punch their ticket. A play in front. It's Campbell with a great save. Our way through this third period. Laurent. In front, Jenner chasing after it. Nurse. He's got Toronto's lone goal in this game. Finds Fast down low. Back to the half-forwards. Izzy Daniel to center. Ashton Bell pulls it back to safety. Watts chases her. Connects with Leslie just in time, and it's right back down in Toronto's end. Rebecca Leslie to center. It's Meixner to the backhand. She'll be there for help. Has support from Razava. Down low now. Leslie as Nurse takes a tough collision down low. It's back to her feet. She'll engage in the board battle. Razava will pin her up against the boards. Savalainen keeps it in. A great job by the blue liner.
Well, that was a good decision. She recognized where Daryl Watts was, made her decision, jumped in and kept that puck in.
Watts at the far side for Toronto. Boyd battling through as Nurse has some room and she'll take it. Sarah Nurse for center, floats it in. Sceptres a full change. Ottawa as well, getting fresh legs to the ice. McMahon joining in.
Ottawa right now with a massive lead in the shots department. It's 21-9 because they've really tilted the ice again.
And that happening in the second period. Not much on display in the first. Ottawa able to elevate their game in the second.
Of course, these two teams have had some big shot differentials. It's not always the team with the more shots that has won the games.
And in front, Toronto looking for the rebound chances. Phillips will hold strong.
Toronto just looking to pounce on that turnover below the net. Gwyneth Phillips has to make a big save.
So much on the line this afternoon. You see Franco back between the pipes for Boston. Mikey Connors for Toronto tries for the shot. Deflected to the corner. Monte first on it. Clark chasing it back down into Ottawa's territory. Zoe Boyd finding Jocelyn Laurent ahead for Clark. Emily Clark looking to make a centering feed. Hughes fires it in deep. Ottawa a change. Out comes Vinisheva. Jenner and Dark-Angelo. This line found a way in the second period. Fast end-to-end for Toronto. Stops in, her shot shoulder saved by Phillips.
She's a player you got to be so careful of through the neutral zone.
Skimara, a chance for her. Stopped up by Savalainen. the body long enough. Can't let the shot go.
Well, that's a nice block, but this zone time is all courtesy of Renata Fast being able to get to the middle of the ice through the neutral zone. So be careful when you set the angle on her to try to keep her outside.
Heard Sarah Nurse praising Renata Fast in her interview with Rob Pizzo in the intermission, saying her goal wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the efforts of Fast. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Under 8 to go in this third period. And if Minnesota earns that regulation win, Ottawa, it's a must-win for them in any capacity in this game to keep their playoff chances. Turnover. Jocelyn Larocque in for Ottawa. Has Mike Sir driving. Looking to feed it far side. Leslie sends it back in the corner. Larocque looking for Mrazova. Quick pass over to Ashton Bell. Back for Katarina Mrazova. She has a lane and she'll take it. It's blocked, but it's a stop by Campbell. That ultimately is the difference maker. Toronto blocked 12 shots in the second period.
Campbell's had to see some through traffic, including that one. I'm not sure she knew exactly where that one went.
Ottawa will need to shoot from all angles here. They continue to increase this shot count this afternoon. Mrazova through the legs. Now off the skates to Fast. She'll chase. Mrazova looking to be first on it. Clear to the near side. Izzy Daniel protects. Looking for Turnbull. She'll go 1-on-2. Far side pass. Looking for Daryl Watts this time. Watts has help. Pushed off by Mrazova. Izzy Daniel seeing what she can do. Her rookie season here with Toronto. Daniel tracking this puck as it goes back to the center of the ice, and it's a total foot race. Serdachny will use her frame. Great job by Serdachny. We're going to keep this puck in zone for Ottawa.
Well, Mrazova just to chip that puck out, right? Allows Serdachny to skate onto that with speed.
Renata Fast finds Savannah Harmon. Toronto into Ottawa's territory. Ashton Bell gets caught up by some momentum. She'll need support. Gabby Hughes is right there. From Lino Lakes, Minnesota. Hughes spins back. She'll take another angle as Spooner keeps chasing. Taylorlova near side to center. McMahon with some speed. And McMahon draws it in. Campbell makes the save. Loose puck. Everybody's looking for it. And Larocque gets there just in time.
What a great job from McMahon to get that shot through. Use the defender, get it between her legs to the net.
Spooner stopped up by Larocque, gives McMahon some time. She'll flip it back down and go for a change.
Well, there's one of the areas that Jocelyn Larocque is so good is to read that step up through the neutral zone and break that play up early.
Icing waved off. Spooner watching on. Larocque, reverse pass to Boyd. D'Arcangelo with some room. Waiting for her in this game. Up ahead. Jenner to D'Arcangelo. A spin move. It's only Emma Woods. She'll clear it away to safety. Under 5 to go in the third period. Ottawa looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Savalainen to center. Her shot on decks, and Campbell will hold and get the whistle. Time winding down in Toronto as Ottawa starts to heat up. McMahon getting closer. And we're tied at 1. Mrazova wrapping it out in front, gets taken down, and she's slow to get up. Katarina Mrazova behind the play, slow to rise. She'll head for the bench. Now in front, it's Toronto looking the other way. Watches an empty net, but she can't bury it. Mrazova still on the ice, which is good to see, but she is laboring.
Well, oh my, they had the whole net to shoot on as Woods is going to have dreams about that one. Mrazova, nice off the face-off as she pushes this one through to herself, but as she goes around, picks it up, she gets taken down. She falls awkwardly, and you know, she's had a couple injuries this year, so you're never quite sure. And then how about this for a chance? And this puck comes out to Woods. Gwyneth Phillips doesn't know where it is. She has the entire cage to shoot at.
Shaking it off, Emma Woods here. Goals and assists for her so far this season.
Well, that could have been Ottawa's season right there. See, she gets a little pat on the back on the bench to say, it's all right, hopefully you get another one.
Keep it going, keeping it going. All tied up at 1, 4:11 remaining. Off the face-off, and out of fast for Toronto. Cuts by Clark. Deep in the zone, it's fast. Tripped up by Hughes, draws the penalty. Ottawa has a kill now. Hughes can't believe it as Campbell goes to the bench. Delayed penalty on the way, and out comes Darryl Watts. Toronto looking to take advantage here. They got the extra attacker on the ice. Watts down low for Turnbull. So Gabby Hughes will take a penalty here, the tripping call in below the goal line to send Toronto to the power play.
She's got some words for Renata Fast and back and forth. She took Fast down at the offensive blue line. I don't think Fast really liked that one particularly much either. The #1 power play in the league going back to work now. Coming into this game, they were just 1 for 22, though, in their last 7 games. So, as of late, not great. Renata Fast, as she jumps down the wall, she gets past Clark. Hughes takes her down there, and then they battle up at the offensive blue line as well. Hughes maybe could have taken 2 on this play. You watch right there as Hughes just drives right through Fast, and Fast got some words for her after that.
So Toronto to the power play. 0 for 1 so far in this game. They got the 1 shot. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel. Paper towel, power through tough messes. Fast on the blue line. Hard side for Miller. Her high shot. Off the backboards. Comfort trying to settle the puck. Tied up by Jocelyn Larocque. Miller protects. 7 points in her series career against Ottawa so far. Anna Miller takes a look. Finds Fast. Out Fast. Walks. Watts now. Snaps it to Miller. Her shot gets blocked. Loose puck. Fast is first on it. Even in the third period, playing just over 19 minutes. Renata Fast, a toe saved by Phillips. Gets there just in time. Renata Fast will try again. Darryl Watts stepping down. Tie game. Watts taking a look here. She'll shoot. Trickles down low. Phillips trying to recover the pass. A chance in front. This time it's a stop by Larocque. Miller weighs her options. A shot here. Phillips, it's just chaos in her crease. The whistle has not gone as we look for the puck. Just mayhem. Gwyneth Phillips' crease. She was looking for her stick in the process. Carter from the blue line. 140 seconds to go on this power play for Toronto. You've seen game-winning goals before from Ottawa's shorthanded capacity. As the period starts to wind down. Flanagan pulls it back to safety. Carter to the far side. Savalainen goes back for it. Chased by Nurse. Other Spooner. Nurse on the half boards. Down low for Spooner. Takes a look. Snaps it for Malte. Carter. Pass to Flanagan. She has a lane. She'll go for the pass. It's Nurse in front. A stop by Savalainen, but Nurse gets another chance at it.
Savalainen with a really good read and a really good job to make sure that Sarah Nurse can't put that pass backdoors. That's exactly where she's looking. And she isolates her, and the only thing she's got at that point is to take the shot. Gwyneth Phillips gets in the way. Savalainen right there gets down, takes away that pass. Nurse gets another stick on it. That's a good defensive play. A couple good defensive plays off that side. Jocelyn Larocque as well, who may have saved a goal.
Toronto able to put up 3 shots on that power play as we return to even strength. Ottawa season on the line. Jenner looking for Venishova to the blue line. Taylorlova. She'll cut to the center and then to Taylorlova. 1 pass further of Ashton Bell. She'll try and keep it in, and she will. In the corner, it's Jenner. Takes a look. Jenner to Venishova. Trying for the backhand pass. Bell now pushed off by Gosling. And pass will be the call. 1:18 remaining. The faceoff will come outside Toronto's end in front of the Sceptres bench. Certainly an adjective that's been used to describe this Charged team all season long. A gritty, hard-nosed team. Hughes deep in the zone for Ottawa. Toronto in the charge end now as Fast takes a look. Final minute to go in the third period. We're all tied at 1. Ottawa, a must-win game to play in the playoffs this season. Off the stick of Comfort. Zoe Boyd pulls it in. Finds Emily Clark. Clark, one of the original signings here with Ottawa. Crunched by Fast. into the boards. Another hard hit in the corner by McMahon. Ashton Bell from the blue line in front, trickles just wide of the net. Under 30 seconds to go. McMahon through the legs, gets some room. Razova tries to help out. Ashton Bell will stay onside as she sends it in, and Kristen Campbell will settle the puck. Rims it around, Savalainen cuts up, gets there in time. Keep this puck in the zone for Ottawa. Leslie going after it. Puck loose to center. Ottawa's D will jump up. Final seconds of this third period. And regulation wasn't enough. We will go to overtime. Next goal wins. And for Ottawa, they must score this next goal if they want to tip to the playoffs. Well, here we go for the Ottawa Charge. Their season on the line. A must win if they want to play in the postseason for the first time in franchise history. As Fast gets tripped up, Arms will remain down. Clark deep in the zone in front. A chance here. A great look for Ottawa early on in overtime. 3-on-3 underway. Clark battling forward. Renata Fast picks up speed. Toronto driving zone. It's led by Fast. She stops up. Off the glove of Phillips, looking for a secondary attempt. It's the captain, Blair Turnbull.
Oh, that was great back check. Hannah Miller was driving the net. Renata Fast just waiting for her. Ottawa did a really nice job to make sure they took that away.
Ashton Bell. The Ottawa Charge defender to center. Jenner, the captain for Ottawa. Can she do it here? Her shot just missing. Brianne Jenner, the lone goal scorer in this game for Ottawa. Can't forget the record. 12 wins, just a 1 loss when Jenner scores in Ottawa Charge history. Now, this time, it's Mike's now. Rather, Savalainen cuts in, gets by Nurse. She'll chase after Sarah Nurse. Benisheva, fresh legs for Ottawa. Goes after the loose puck. She's been an overtime hero before in many situations. Darkangelo for Ottawa. Her shot gets blocked by Flanagan. Allie Flanagan pinned up against the boards. Benisheva there for help, but it's Sarah Nurse. So one-on-one the other way. Nurse against Larock. Sarah Nurse will take her time. Waits for support, pulls it back to center.
That's a smart decision. And she was reading the entire way down the ice that she had no support.
Allie Monroe for Toronto. Has some room. Not much as Benisheva presses her and takes her into the boards. Comfort right there for help. Monroe will try again. Hughes and Bell at center for Ottawa. Hughes watching on as Malte weighs her options. To center for Comfort. Jesse Comfort, the first time for Toronto. Monroe can't get the shot off. A stretch play as she sprawled out in the slot. Monroe trying for that connecting pass. She'll go for a change.
Get that line, get that line.
Ashton Bell the other way for Ottawa. Has Clark with her. Bell on the far side. Stops up to the blue line. Into the skates of Hughes. Clark there for help. A must-win game for Ottawa. Their season on the line. Fast, has speed. Effortless. Into the zone she'll go. Spins back. Partway through overtime. Connors now wants to go for a skate. She'll take the lane. Maggie Connors stops up. In full possession mode, it's Toronto. In Ottawa's end. Loose puck, Clark. Throws it out to open ice. Has speed now. Katarina Razova for Ottawa. Takes it in. Has Savalainen on the far side. Razova. Shot. She scores! Katarina Razova. A historic goal for the Ottawa Charge. And for the first time in franchise history, the Charge are going to the playoffs.
What a moment for the Ottawa Charge. They had their fate in their own hands, similar to last year, and they took it.
Well, what a game, Becky, to close out the regular with the Sceptres. It came down to the wire. And at the end, it was Katarina Razova and the Charge that found a way to take down these Sceptres. On behalf of myself, Ken Zalone, Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, and our entire PWHL broadcast team, we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.